Okay. आपको हमारा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu. Welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Association to this intermediate training session. Now I would like to present some game. I found it very interesting. Indian Grandmaster Sandeepan Chanda against Hartnett. Hello Veerabhadra Singh, Bachal Parikh, Suresh Bhai Chawda, Tirth Parmar and Dr. Senapati. So here, let us skip the opening. And the interesting position comes. It is French advance. So this is necessary. All this irregular. One of the irregular lines. White stands little better. I can you can read the comments are of in German, so it is no use. There is no, it is in German, so it doesn't matter. So here white has got more space and better pieces and little better. Okay, good move. White wants to open the G file and attack. So here it was best chance is to play Queen E8 because Black wants to decide about the H pawn now, and the Knight F3 cannot move because the pressure will come again. So it is better that he should have played Queen to E8 and after Knight H2. This is a very easy position for Black. I mean, Black has got counter attack and probably it is equal, but he played the bad move. He played this bad move Bishop E8. And after that, G4. Opening the file, it is bad. If he opens the G file, then the pressure on H6 will come. So this is bad move. Take it. Plus minus. So you cannot take it. That he has to play the move like this position is good. Very interesting situation. Now this is not the correct move. White has got really strategically outplayed black. At the moment, it was better to play Queen D1. It is I mean, Sakis, Lev Sakis gave in the notes that after Queen D1 now comes White is better. Black King is unsafe. The H passer is alive on the board. This is very difficult position for Black. Okay, should win. But instead of this move, White went astray with the check, which is not good. In general, without concrete calculation, White thought a pawn on seventh rank, but it is not good. Black got counterplay. I am going to skipping the analysis because I am looking for a particular diagram I want to show you. Now takes takes. Okay. So here it takes. How do you evaluate the position? Now I want you that you evaluate the position. There has been some ups and downs in the game. White was winning, then mishandled. Now what should White do? One pawn for exchange, but it is not easy. What should White do now? I am giving you 5 minutes time. Please evaluate the position So we will discuss. So your time starts now. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Think. Lot to learn in such position, analysis of such positions. Hello, Devars, Dina Patel. No, 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 no. Don't. I'm giving you. See, this is basically I'm analyzing for advanced players. My comments and analysis is meant for players above 1800. So even though it is difficult, it will help you. So check is bad because here the rook is cutting off the king. You know, cut off the king. So if you give a check, black will have better game. One careless move, black king will come to center. So everything will be spoiled. Don't give a check. No, it is too slow. King G1 is too slow. Not correct. After King G1, after if you play King to G1, you will play King H6. Not correct. So Tirth Parmar says Rook D1. Rook D1, you are you aware your pawn he will take? If you play Rook D1, he can attack and then take the pawn. He can attack the king, move the rook and take the pawn. So you should calculate variation after rook d1. Don't think I will take and you will play rook d4. Rook d1, knight b2, rook d4. But what about king h6? What about king h6? It is important that we should not play mechanically कि ये rook आया तो knight into pawn मारेगा, then rook d4 आएगा. So you have to think opponent can do something. इसीलिए मैं पोजीशन दे रहा हूं कि rook d1, knight into b2, rook d4. What about king h6? What about the king h6 move? क्या करोगे? You have to calculate rd1. He can attack. Even he can play rook c8. Even he can play rook c8 with the idea. Some if you play rook into knight, rook check. So you must not think mechanically. rd1 you calculate king h6 rook c8. क्या करोगे? You can play rook c8 also. आप नहीं मार सकते हैं मेरा नाइट को. क्या करोगे? Dina Patel rook g4. Okay, rook d1, king h6, rook g4 we are coming. Okay, I'm sorry, excuse me. All right. So you play king to g4. Sorry, you play king to rook to g4. What do I do for rook g4? I'm sorry, excuse me. Bad cold. So क्या करेंगे इसको? रुक आ जाओ। रुक। Hmm? It is better to put pressure. Don't give rook free hand. आपको rook ये pawn के ऊपर pressure डालो. You do not give a free hand. So now rook cannot move. I will take the pawn. Rook g3 is a better move. Now rook cannot move. Rook into pawn and all betting attack gone of black's plan. So black will have to defend. I want to activate with the rook. There is no chance. So I have no time. That means I will move knight. Free the rook. What I will do? हाँ? ये मैं क्या कर दिया इसको? Okay. Rook g3. Rook g3. He now good move. Knight c4. I want to bring the knight to consolidate the position so that knight rook into pawn is not possible, and you give a check, king gets freedom. Well played by black. Grandmaster Hartnett played very good move. Knight c5. So rook c1. Attacking, and now knight e4. Good move. I want to keep, because if you play rook g1 it is not good. So I want to keep the pressure. So rook g4 good move. So he plays king h5. What would you do now? A critical moment. Rook g7, active move. Okay, rook g7. Now it is very difficult. Black has to find only correct move to survive or give resistance. I want you to participate. My main idea, the experienced players must participate. What to do now? Actually, betting net is a thing. Black king is a betting net. Both are trying to do some practice. So he plays good move. Here it is better. He says b5 and counterplay. This would have been very difficult. There are all notes from Sakis. It has been taken. Lev Sakis grandmaster. He makes a bad move here. All right. Here, instead of a4, can white improve the position better way? I will tell you, once I studied a game like that, exchange down, Botvinnik was exchange up. I don't remember the opponent. Could be Chekover or somebody. I analyzed about 3-4 hours in night, long, long back, maybe some 40 years back. So a similar situation. It is, even though there are little material, it is very complicated. This is a bad move. This is a bad move, not correct move. Though it is given exclamation by somebody, so I think there is a better move. Can somebody tell me? Hello, how to manage time 15-10 rapid? In 15-10 rapid, one must play the opening only in 2 minutes because here the time is playing a very very important role. In 15-10, that 2 minutes you must throw the opening general good moves. No need to think deep. Just develop castle and center. And then you make a quick plan on the weak points. And in a rapid game, it is advisable not to create weak points because that will you'll end up in tantrum. Back rank should be cleared. Unnecessary weakness like pawn weakness, square weakness should not be done. So it is a positional play is more important in rapid game. So play the opening quickly, don't weakness, play logically. That is how you should play. No, the correct move actually is rook, this rook to c7. This is the correct move. You know why? Idea, it is there, it is there. Here, no, it is not there. So here, the correct move is rook 8 c7. After the move, that what black will do? Black will play knight e4. Then I will attack the rook. Now I will have maneuvering room. This is the whole point. So now you will play some rook f5. Where else you will go? Rook f5. Any other move? Then rook h8. And I think white stands better. This is not easy. For example, after rook g5, rook h1, and now the pawns will start moving. White has stopped all black's activity or possible activity because rook g2 is no more a threat. You cannot take the pawn. I will play rook check and rook into. You cannot take the pawn. So I can defend it as well. So the whole point is the player should, actually end game there is a link to middle game also because you need to see some activity of your remaining pieces in the coming end game. So this was actually a stronger move. Cut down all kind of activity. White rook will go to c8 and become active. But in the game, it happens. When you are playing, the player will try to queen the pawn very quickly. Player now the psychology is to rush with the pawn. It's not the best move. Not the best move. Okay, never mind. Rook h8. What do you do now? a5 only because the king can go a5. Knight e4. Okay, check. What else? Now there is a one move mate threat. King d1. Check. King e2. Knight e4. So here I want to play how white should continue the game. What should white do now? My question is to take the pawn or not. Obviously, you have two choice. ये pawn मारना है या a5 खेलना है. That's all. But he will play direct rook h8 without any pawn. When instead of any pawn, direct rook h8. He played this check. Okay. Now this whole point is you come directly. There is no threat. The king is coming. That's the idea. That's the whole idea. So he comes with a tempo. Knight coming to center with a mate threat. So that is why if you play direct rook h8, now if you play direct rook h8, there is no threat is there. That is why he has to play some at the moment this. Okay. Now whether to take the pawn or not. Rook into pawn मारना है या pawn push करना है. What will you do? Actually, I will tell you, and if your reflexes must be very quick. Players solving studies will reply quickly. Now, rook into pawn is not the best move because of rook check. Then you are having problem. You are having a problem. King cannot go. King cannot go. It is bad. So that is why you should not take the pawn and speed up with the other pawn. So b4 is a correct move. And now black plays f2. What else black will do? So what will you do now? A critical moment in endgame. Now he has just pushed the pawn. How should white play? b5. b5. Suresh says a6. Correct move actually is to play king b. This is the correct. Here, for example, this is in the actual game he played king b2, which is not correct. It is a dubious move. After king b3, it looks like a blunder because pawn queen will come and you take. There is a check is coming. This is the normal psychology. But what is wrong with the what is wrong with this thing is after king f4, that knight into rook into, and white pawns are more advanced compared to black. This rook ending is bad. This rook ending is not good. Okay. So one should avoid this kind of thing. I asked one grandmaster in Goodrick about a game was going on. Say what is happening. He just looked from distance. He told just white is winning. Similar situation, not exactly, but pawns are advanced compared to opponent's pawns. So time factor. That is why King B3 was more correct. Now he played the bad move King B2. So these are the errors you must notice. The whole point is he is worried about the tactics. Queen comes and there is a fork and you lose exchange. But after the move AB2, rook comes to B8. Now King A3. Idea, rook challenging rook. Okay. So here, good move by Sandipan. What should white do? What should white do? There are a lot of things. Even I can ask you a question here. Why Rook G8? There is a better move. Can you do survive this position? The choice is to come here and attack, or the choice is coming to center. Which is better? Critical moment in endgame. What would you like to do here? क्या करोगे? The actual game he played this move, but actually better resistance for king d4. Better is king. Now he will play a6. There is nothing better. What else you will do? So rook check is not going to help. There is no nothing is there. So you will only move a6. After a6, rook b6. Idea, then rook will be behind. Now a7, this is passive and bad. So now you play a7, then rook check. Okay. After king b6, I think the game should be equal. Equal. It is all in post-mortem analysis. This is all after the game analysis by grandmasters. So instead of playing this, so he missed his chance. Here, correct move was to play king d4. This is the correct move, but bad move. Okay. Now what to do now? He comes, rook g1. How should you play now? Levan Aronian is very good in endgame. I found out Levan Aronian is really very good in endgame. Okay, let us see this position. He plays king. Because rook into rook, you have no other idea. You cannot take it. And other moves are just bad. So, only correct. King. Then he plays king. Idea, now the king will go and stop the pawns. Okay, what else you will do here? Right? Good move. Now a6. Rook into rook. And now king. Now the rook is tied down for the f2 pawn and counter attack comes. Very instructively. Both have made mistake. White lost some chances. Black also made some mistakes. As I told you, that instead of rook move kd4 was just equalizing. Okay, so after the game, he gave check. Now if you go down, this is lost. Then pawn push and mate will come. So go down, lost, only move. So if you play here b5, this is equal. I want to leave this pawn and knight into. Knight into rook you cannot allow. So rook into pawn, knight into pawn, draw. So b5 is not working. So he played in the game a7. A7. Now you have to trade the pawn. Give that f pawn and take that a pawn. Take. Now evaluate this position. It is still not easy. Still very tricky. Not so easy. Chess is not so easy. Now what will you do now? First move. Black's move is obvious. There is no need to waste time. Black is forced to come. I mean, black now forced to come. White is forced to come to support. Black also is move forced to come. A critical moment. What should white do? You cannot go to the B3 square. This square you cannot go. Fork is there. So he will go rook f8. Idea, now king can go without a check. Now king comes to b5. Now king a3. Okay. So far so good. Here the last chance of black to play and draw. Last chance. What would black do to save the game? Black can draw the game. He is giving a threat of rook coming cut off. So you can't he will paralyze like that. He wants to do that. So black should stop that move by playing knight. After the move knight, it is a draw. There is no win now after that. So but he made a bad move here. Instead of that, he made this bad move. A loose move. Now the psychology is to make pawn advance as much possible. But after ND6, just it is an easy draw. No win, no chance. Knight check per repetition. So bad move. Now white has got chance. Hello, best move was rook b8 check. No, in a rook b8 check is not correct. After rook b8 check, the king comes to help the pawns. Now rook b8 check here rook b8 check is not correct because you will help the black king. The pawn is coming, help along with the knight. So this is correct move. No, this is bad move. ND6 was correct. Rook f4. Lost, it is lost now. Unfortunately, a blunder and lost. Okay, after ND6 it would have been equal. Even ND2 is also equal. I would say ND2 also equal, ND6 equal, but after bad move, this is lost. It should win now. White is winning. And now the queen. I told you morning only. The king pawn end game in many end games. In Soviet Union, there used to be secret of Russian chess. There is some lot of things in 225% are only king pawn end. Russian secret syllabus, how to master the game or to go. So in that, only 25% are king pawn end. Very strange. So much importance they give that. But we do not pay so much importance to end game. That is not correct thing. Here it is lost. Beautifully played by Sandipan. So now both will queen, but square. Both will queen, and white will have the move. White will give queen before check and take the queen on e1. So ups and downs. This is important. Both miss chance. Now I want to show another game between Bufeld and Sutin. Okay, all right, everything. This is Queen V6 is not good move. Castle. Queen into pawn we have seen RB1, all these things will come. So everything is okay. White has come out better from opening. White has space. Obviously, white stands better. Because after E6, you have surrendered, so you don't want to give everything. Okay, fine. Hmm. White is better. I will take you to the key diagram. Now there is a threat. Now the knight is supported, so threatening to win the knight. Now the A pawn is weak. So white would like to have the rooks in the open line, like rook A3, rook D8. Both rooks will join for attack. Rook A3, then rook double. So how do you evaluate the position? The players have equal material and equal pawns. Two rook, two bishop, and eight pawns each. So what is your evaluation of the position? क्या करना है इधर? Please think. What is your evaluation of the position? Just now, okay, black's move, I will make it. Now, what is your evaluation? Think. Yeah, Swaroop, white better. He has B3, C4 idea. Dina Patel says B3. So white is better. All right, we'll continue the game for some time. So he plays bishop D4. Now white is just waiting with the rook. White don't want to do anything. Actually, this bishop D4 idea you will see. This is very important to plan. This very important. Getting the king to the right place, bishop to the right place. Then what is white achieving with this all this thing? What white is achieving? Now it is not a draw. White is better actually, but we'll see the idea. We'll see the idea what white is planning. So he comes. White is waiting. Again he is waiting. Now reveals. It's a very important thing. The critical moment. This is the exact position white was waiting for. What to do now? Dina Patel says B3. No, B3 is not the best move. Dina, I will tell you why. Now, if you play B3, now B3, he will play bishop bishop to d8. And now you play c4. Now he will play bishop e7. There is no progress. You do not make any progress in the position. I am not going to capture anything. I am not going to capture. So I will just wait. That is why b3 c4 is not correct. b3 c4 is not correct. Chess is actually so beautiful that one move here, there everything changes. Now b3 c4 is not the correct move. Okay, I will give you an idea now. Now, okay, see, I'm giving a hint to you. I'm giving a hint. Now the both rooks are watching this. How many defense? He has got also two defense. But let us open the line here. That is the whole idea. C4. Now, if you take it, my king will take, and I will open up the position. This is bad move because king will take and bishop will be powerful. Bishop will come and take the pawn, and then game will open up. And if you take the pawn, now this comes. This comes. This is the whole point. I will open the game and make a break. The whole idea that everything is guarded and I want to give the pawn, and when you take it, the b3 break is coming. Very important. You see, I was amazed. This kind of opening line, who was white? Dubov versus that Raza, very recent, uh, recent tournament. Air things. What amazing! Not Dubov Rajavo, I think. Aronian and Rajavo. Aronian and Rajavo. Terrific game. Opening the lines. I hope some of you have seen that game. White was 11 Aronian and black was Rajavo. Terrific game where White was having a winning position and White played everything. But again, missed towards end. And Rajavo played also very correct. Beautiful game. One miss, he did not give the chance. I hope I will download that game and I will show you with the similar opening the lines like this. So this is important. Now you cannot take. Then bishop will come to e4 and then I will break and win easily. So this is important to play. Now you cannot take that. Now this is bad. bf8 is a bad move. This is worse move. Okay. So you should have taken pawn into pawn. He should have taken now. This is bad. I told you. After the move b3 is winning, but this should have taken. This is the best chance. Maybe he is giving here this move. And after that, what he will do? He will play some bishop g2. Bishop g2. Then he will play rook d8. Okay. And then I will take the pawn. And I think there is always I can sacrifice a bishop also. Bishop into c6 and rook check. This kind of thing for 2-3 pawns. So this will give, but it is a long fight. Now there is a long fight is available. For example, now maybe I can play bishop e8 with the idea I want to now play ba5, which is not easy because no tactics. I will not allow this sacrifice rook into a6. Now next a5 I will play, and it is not easy. Very difficult position. White is better, but not easy to win the game. This is the strongest resistance. So you can see he played in the game bad move. He played in the game some bishop to d8. This is the main line. In the game he played bad move. pawn push and he wins the game. Check. And now the end game is bad. White should win. So what I mean to say now in that I don't know what is the full analysis. I have not seen. White is 11 Aronian, black Rajrav. Somebody, if you can send me the game, I'll appreciate because it will take me a long time to search and download Sunday. So I will show you another game now. Other position. King on G1, G8, Queen E7, Knight F6, two. This is the position. So we have got material equality and it is black to play. Black to play. What should black do now? No, you are telling what if pass. Okay, I will after the game I will go back. Swarup, I will go back after the game to the last because I have set up the position. How should black play? Yeah. Hello, good afternoon, Parvatakar. My reason for showing these games is there are two lines always active play and passive play. Now the pawn is under attack. This pawn, b5 pawn, is under attack by the bishop. So you can defend the pawn by playing queen coming to b7 or anywhere, or you can look for a counter attack. So active play. If you play passively, it is bad. In the game, in the actual game, he played passive, and after this, I think White got a chance to activate his pieces, and White stood bishop e2, and everything started action. This is bad. So he should not have played this queen move. What is the correct way to play for black? The simple move, a3. You have to take no choice and queen into a3. And now, if you take the pawn, then queen check and counter attack comes. I will have counter attack on e3. Queen check, then knight g4 with attack. So activity, active play. It is very important that whenever you are at a crossroad, you always look for the active counter attack, not overactive, active counter attack. This is the correct move and will maintain the balance. This is the correct move. But in the game, he played the passive move queen b7. अभी सब कुछ बदल गया. Now white played b2. अभी knight g4 आएगा ही नहीं. So now what will you do now? Now he played h5. Other moves are not good. Okay, so now you want to secure and even get some counter play with h4 also. So white again has to find the correct way to play. What should white do? White is already happy. Black missed his chance. Now what white will do? King g2. King g2. Exclamation. I would give the move an x. X. And now black mechanically thought queen ending is okay. Black played ng4 and he wants to say bishop takes knight, the queen ending will draw. But what should do? Now the pawn is defended h3 and white now is much better now. After the bishop into g4, the ending would be choice. So there should be no problem about it. But after this, knight f6 and g4 stands better. White has winning chance. Okay, please note we are at a crossroad. Whether to play a3 and the game is equal. And if you play queen b7, then this dubious move leads to passive play and gradually going down. b2 will come, then s3 and g4. h5 means king. This is bad now. Okay, I will go back. What Swarup was telling, what it passed. I will go back to the position. We'll go back. Now c4. Okay. Now what if pass? What he says c4. Now he play. I say that in the game he played this pass only. He did pass. He did pass only. He did not capture. I told you if you capture bishop g2 and if you capture pawn b4 and that is what he did. He said he should have taken this pawn and after the bishop g2 and then just wait. I mean rook coming here and bishop takes bishop here. It is very difficult. White is better but not so easy. Now what white should do? He should return to the d5. White should now regroup the position. I mean he should bring the rook coming to d line and try to open the d line. So this is the best way. But however, it is a long time. This is what I mean. Swarup. So this is if you pass. Now what are you going to do? Bishop here. Now you must defend the point. Suppose you time pass. Then I will play bishop takes pawn. Now I am giving a threat. Bishop takes. Now my threat is to play bishop takes pawn. Three pawns. I will collect three pawns for the piece. Take check, rook d6 check, rook into pawn. So all these pawns will fall after for the one bishop. So you have to play bishop. And then I should return. I mean I should bring the king quickly or take the d5. This is important. Okay. So I will go to another question to you. A game between Vanderweel and Ernst. Wonder wheel. Why it was? Ernst. Some games. Ernst Thomas. Why is this missing some game? Wonder wheel. John Wonder wheel, I think. Should we? Missing. That game is missing. Okay, never mind. Maybe I'll put the position. White king is on b3, black on g8, and white rook on one is active rook and one other is here, black rook and pawns. Okay, white is not only one pawn up, the rook is over here. White is not only one pawn up, but rook on the seventh rank. This position, how do you evaluate the position? How do you evaluate the position? Now the a pawn is under attack. So you have a lot of choices. I mean, you have a choice to play h4, h5. You can defend the pawn. You can defend with pawn f3 so that other choices ignore the pawn and play h4. Take the pawn h5. So this is one possibility. You can stop and you can play f3. Or is there something better you can do? Many moves. What can you do now? Critical moment in the game. One extra pawn. How to play such position? Somebody has to come up with a suggestion. White has three possibilities. One, h4. If you rook takes h5, another, stop the pawn and then try. Or can we have third alternative? Okay, let us find out the variation. What happens if h4? I don't think it is dangerous. I don't think so. Why? Because black wants to activate, but the a pawn is falling. So once a5, now I am free to move. And if you play pawn to h5, I think rook f6. I don't see any danger coming. Maybe here. Okay. So this should be okay for you. No problem. So here, if you play f3, what happens? What about pawn f3? Pawn f3, it is bad because rook e8. Suddenly I am getting counterplay. Idea, now I am getting activity. And now, what you want to do? Rook into, maybe I should play rook f7. Why I should give the pawn? Why I should give the pawn? Just rook f7. It should equalize. Certainly it is equal. Now, if you want to maintain rook coming to seventh, you will want to maintain. Then I will play rook takes rook, and counterplay. Now you take the pawn, I will also take the pawn. It is slow. You have to come here and take. By that time, I take two pawns. So it should be equal. Okay. Now h4. Suppose you do h4. Rook coming to e2. Counterplay. g4. Suppose you do rook e3. I will sweep the pawn part. Give two pawn and take two pawn. So f3 is not correct because I will play rook here. So that would be sufficient. Maybe here on f3 better is to play rook e8. Why give the pawn and now I will look for counteraction. It should be equal. That means f3 is not good move, h4 is not good move. So what is the correct move now? Learn to play actively. Learn to play actively. Let us not do f3. No f3, no h4. What should white do? How about the move rook e5? Idea, now I am giving rook here and thereafter mating attack. Rook e5. So let us say he gives rook into pawn. Rook into pawn. Rook e7. Okay. Now rook into g2. Rook into g2. So he will play rg7 check. Okay. Then rg7 check. What else you will do? King h8. King f8 is bad. After king f8, you will play rook check. And after push the king, what else now? I think where should I move the rook? Rook go to b7. Maybe just rook f4 with the idea to win the rook. It should be very good for white. Now, if you play rook coming there, rook coming to d8, then rook check should win the game. Rook check should win. Okay, this should win. That is why you cannot take the pawn. So what he will do now? Rg7 check. You will go king to h8. Now rook check, king g8. White is winning. Find the plan. Very important. Actually, White is having a good betting attack plan. Gary Kasparov tried that with Roman Insin and threw away a win. Instead of winning simply, he tried for such a betting attack and jeopardized his winning chances. All right, find out what should do. White is winning now. How? Can somebody suggest a move? How White? What is winning chance of White here? All you have to give a threat. H4. H4. With the threat of rook check and pawn push. Want to give a rook check and pawn push. So rook g4. Otherwise, I'm giving a threat rg4 check, rg7 check, and h5 only move. So rook comes to g4. Now rook check. The king f8 is only move. Now rb7 mate threat. So again king g8 only move. And now rook. This should be draw only now. If you play rook check, draw. So again he will give rook check. So it should looks like it is a draw. But there is chance. There is chance. Now, instead of playing repetition, he tries this ending. Good move. What you will do? What now? You cannot play pawn into pawn. You lose a rook. Now pawn push is bad. I will play pawn push and mate. So now he has to play only move. Only move. Idea: you push the pawn, rook into pawn is there. Then rook into g6. It should win. This is winning. With the idea, simply now I am having an extra pawn and the king is cut off. It should win the game. After now next move I will play 6. Thereafter rook will move to c6 and mating attack. Should win. So this is very important that at the moment the beginning of the position, this is the only correct move. Only correct move to win. Rook e5. h4 will draw. f3 will draw. Counter play. If you play f3, rook f8 with a counter play. And if you play h4, a5 with counter play. This is also not enough. Not enough. Alright, so show you some game now of some elementary position. Some particular game I would like to discuss with you. E4, e5. New game also. E4, e5. Knight f3, d6. Maybe fielder. Okay, still fielder is not bad. I would like to show you. D4, knight f6. Okay. This is Rabinovich is white. Ilizhevsky is black. Now knight c3, knight d7. Solid. It is passive but solid. Now bishop c4. Now b7. Okay, I want you. How should white play now? What should white do now? I want to show you simple positions. What should white do now? Ramakrishna says bishop f7. Precisely, this is what I wanted to discuss. That bishop f7 is not correct. If you have seen Alekhine's game, you would avoid this. Now the correct move is to play D. Now this is the correct move. This is very important to play D. And now if you will play D, and then I will play knight g5. This is good. Now you castle, then I give bishop check. And then the queen move will come with some counter play. This is very important. So this is good. We have seven. I can play. Not queen is coming here. We have seven. Maybe knight will come. I'm sorry, queen d5. I made a mistake. Now here I take the pawn. I take the pawn, and here I can take with some compensation. But this is bad move. Bf7 is bad. This is bad. Now the correct move here. This is instead of D. There is the sixth move. This is the correct move. The correct move. D ng5. Then take knight there. Take it. I'm going to get one more pawn. At least one more pawn I will get it. Rook and two pawns for two minor pieces, and one more pawn I am likely to get. B3 is coming, and B6, knight into B6 will come later on. But what happens when you play quickly bishop takes pawn? With the idea, the knight check and knight, the variation is not same. This is the whole point. Now, knight g5 check, king g8, king g8, and now you play knight to e6, queen e8, which was not possible in the diagram. When rook was here, I attack, and I attack. Now I attack, the queen has no active play. This is the whole point. After the move, rook is blocking the path of queen. This is no problem. If rook was here, then queen g6 and I will get counterplay. This is the whole idea. Now you play queen e8, black has active play. After queen e8, knight c7, I will take the pawn. Knight into pawn. But then active counter attack. Queen g6. Queen g6. This is the whole idea. Now knight into 8, queen into g2, and now rook has to play f1, and now black gets counter attack. Pawn into pawn. Why pawn into pawn? I want the knight to come. I want the knight to come to attack the central pawn. So pawn into pawn. Counterplay. Now, if you play queen takes, then I will play knight e5 tempo. If you play, I want my bishop to come. Knight e5 tempo. Idea. Next move bishop will come. Fatafat, active play. It's good. So it is important. Now, how are you going to do? Pawn into pawn will come with active play. So suppose you play knight e2. What you will do? Maybe what is he going to do now? Maybe queen e2. Idea. With the idea, queen check and queen into bishop check. Pawn into with active play. Check. Again, you need to know. I see. You see that game. Which game I was just referring? White was 11 Aronian. Black is Raja. The final of the air thing masters. So a similar thing here. Now this theme comes in that game. Mechanically, you need not play this move. There is a choice. There is a choice. Pawn push. I want to gain some time. I want to gain some time. d5. Good move. Okay. Now queen c8. If you take some pawn into pawn, then queen check exchange. So you have to take queen into check. This is precisely I wanted. Now king f7. Now you take the rook. Now you have no time to take the rook, I guess. Because queen h8, suppose you play queen into h8, then pawn into pawn will come. And now after bishop into pawn, this check is deadly. Deadly check. Because I will play queen check, and there is absolutely no chance for white to do any resources, that is crushing mating attack. Mate हो जाएगा ही. It will need two knights and queen will give mate. I guess so. Okay. So it is important that here he plays instead of taking the state, he goes queen into b7. At least the queen will join. Now queen will join. But what will do now? What will you do? Queen e4 check. Bishop c3. Bishop e3. Now rook b8. Black is better. This is the reason he should not have played. Now black is winning, I think. This is the reason he should avoid. I remember some Alekhine's game in his book. So this kind of variation comes. So bf7 looks attractive, but it is not a good move. Question mark. All right. No, bf7 is not correct, Ramakrishna. bf7, I told you. King f7, I get check, and then knight coming. This is the. But what about de5 first? I played de5. You take, and now knight g5. Now comes then bishop. And now knight. This is why. This is why immediate bf7 is not the best move. In this position, the counter attack comes. Black gets queen to g6 with counter attack. Okay, so is that clear to you? That fielder, please make sure this kind of trap that after b7, do not play this mechanical move. It is bad. You have to take pawn into pawn, and then g5. This is the correct move. de5 and then knight g5. All right. Veerabhadra says also bf7. No, it is bad. bf7 is bad. Here, this is bad move because of king into. I don't know whether this game is relevant to that Alekhine's notes. Which game was played? I don't know first, but this is of 1922. I think Alekhine's game was earlier than this. This is not correct move for white to give the piece. For example, now you give counterplay. अभी आपको रुक मारना है कि नहीं मारना है? अगर नहीं मारोगे, you got only 2 pawns. You have only 2 pawns for the piece. So अब रुक मारा तो काउंटर प्ले आ गया. काउंटर प्ले. White is Romanowski. Black is, who is black? Il Janeski. Also a good master. Okay. So let me show you another game of fielder. E4, E5, knight f3, D6, D4, knight f6, then C3, then BD7, bishop C4, BE7, castle. So let us see a game with castle. Castle, black also castle. Now queen e2. A game of Bobby Fischer I saw long back. The idea is to get into black into a trap. So after queen e2, c6. Black has to double up. Center is bad. Pawn into pawn. White has better center. Now c6. Now Fischer played in the game pawn into pawn. Pawn into pawn. Rook d1. And mechanically queen c7. Then knight g5. There is a problem here. Want to give bishop check and then queen c4. I don't remember. It was already white to play. White to play. The b5 would have come now. So this is threat. But in the game here, what happened? After c6, he played in the game a4. a4. Okay. Now queen c7. Now rook d1. I think s3 b6 has been interpolated. s3 b6 rook d1. Now bb7. So de5. Why de5? It is necessary. Now if you go pawn into pawn with counterplay, so you clarify the position in center. So de5 and de5. Then how should white play? White to play, find an initiative. How white should play? Can somebody suggest me a plan for white? White has a better position, no doubt about it. What should white do? Knight g5 is no more. Knight g5 is not good anymore. Can somebody tell me how should white play? White has the file. White has more coordination, open line. White is better. What do you want to do now? How about now? Knight g5 is pointless. So this looks good now. Want to come here and want to come here. So queen and knight will combine. These two pieces must come into action. So knight h4 is correct. After knight h4, he plays rook d8. He plays rook f d8. Idea, want to vacate the square for my minor piece. Bishop is set. Now knight is coming here. This is the threat now. So what are you doing? So he plays rook to d8. So knight f5, knight d7 to f8. Now you need to find a motive, tactic, not exactly tactical motive, method of attack. What to do now? First, let us coordinate the rooks. Rook exchange gets nothing. First, let us coordinate the rook, join the rooks. So let him take the rook. You take the rook. Okay. Rook takes rook, and now another rook d8. Black is happy, equal. What to do now? Many times a player will evaluate the position is draw is equal. It is not so. White is still very strong. What white will do now? No, 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 no. Queen f3. I am giving a threat. My threat is simple. My threat is check. Now, after that, I get the piece with a very strong pawn structure. My threat is now check. So, you have to meet the check. Threat. Rook into rook. It will not really help. After rook into rook, I will play knight into maintaining the threat. So, he will play, maybe he will play bishop c8. What else you will do? Huh? Now bishop c8 will come. But now I can play knight. It would win. Gradually, I will coordinate my pieces. Now he played bishop e6. This is a mistake now. It was actually, it is better to play knight to e6. This is better. This is better. But he played this bad move, bishop e6. Now what should white do? Knight h6 check. Knight h6 check. If king moves, knight into pawn check. Lost position. King h8. Now you cannot take. This is very ugly. This is very ugly. Bishop into and the terrible structure. So king here, knight into pawn, one extra pawn and winning the game. Oh, just simple one technical win. Will pull the bishop back. Two bishop and extra pawn. Double bishop advantage, extra pawn. वो जो फिशर का गेम है, ये जो लाइन में फिशर का गेम में कैसा हुआ था वो, I just missed that move order. I will show you how Fisher played that line. Okay, I will find out. Find out. It is C41. Fielder is C41. Uh, Fisher here. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, this is the one, I guess. I guess this one. Fisher. Yeah, this is the one. See, now that g5. This is how he trapped. He got him into trap. Oh, sir, it was actually a blitz game. So here take check and then queen c4. He resigns because after rook into queen is coming. So this is just one move. The mistake is here. This is a mistake. Knight f6 is the bad move. So here I would say you should have played here move like queen c7 first. This is okay. But this move, because of this, he got into trouble. Got into trouble. Okay. Simply, now here one pawn is gone. All right. So I will show you one more Philidor game. Next, I will take you. Maybe two Philidor is enough. ED, ND4, Knight F6, Knight C3, D7. Now, what should White do? Simple moves. I found one Nagpur player. Now he's quite a veteran now, quite old. But he was playing in tournament regularly and scoring at around 60-65%. White just want to castle, surrender center. Oh, क्या कर लेगा तुम बोलता है. What will you do now? I want to see how many finds the correct plan for White. Hello, Parish Kumar. Good afternoon. This is a bad variation for Black. I agree. What should White do? I'm giving simply elementary questions. I'm giving you elementary questions. What should you do now? You are not participating. Please suggest me. No, not F3, not F3. I will tell you here, the correct move is BE2. Every move should be a developing move. Your plan is to F3, BE3 attack. Risk Kumar, you want to play BE3, Queen D2, long castle. It is not Sicilian dragon. So if you play Bishop C4, this is also not good because after castle there is immediate threat of knight into pawn. Your immediately knight into pawn is a threat. That is why the correct move is to play B2. B2 is a correct move. Now castle, I will castle. Now R8. The main target is trying for this pawn. You want to play B here, knight here, want for the pawn. But in this case, F4. Bishop here, BF3. White stands better. Now my center is well protected. One, this center point 1, 2, if necessary, this will come, and I am watching the d5 point. White stands better. So, very simple way, you need to work out very simple moves. Okay. Now, ed4 is not great, but let me tell you, first here. Interesting. Now, knight d4. Queen d4 is bad. Why queen d4 bad? I should ask you simple questions. Why this is bad? I will tell you. Now, if you play knight to c6, it is not the best. It is just a transposition to royal Lopez. nf3, nf3, and c6. Now, here, it is royal Lopez only. d4, d6, bb5 takes queen into pawn. White is slightly better. Whether you come this way or whether you come queen d4 this way. This is same thing. This and this same position. So for queen d4 here, for nd4, d4, queen d4, the simple answer. You can play bishop d7 and c6 at tempo, but strongest move is 6. Why? I don't want to play bd7 because the bishop is employed only to play knight c6. In this case, bishop g5 may come, and then queen d2 is okay. So I would rather play here queen nd4, queen d4, a6. A6 is the correct. And now I am going to play knight c6 and some counter attack. I will show you some games. Maybe the correct. Yes, Paris Kumar. A6 is correct. A6 is correct. Better than bd7. Not this is correct. Okay. So in the game, if you play nd4, then this is passive move. be7 is passive move. This is nf6 and be7 is passive. So I would say that the best move is g6. Not easy. Now you have a c4 is a good move. Idea is a bind. I am having a bind. Bent Larsen says this is a good move. Suppose you play normal move like knight c3 here, bishop g7, be3. Now many players treat it like Sicilian dragon. That is a tragedy. It's not correct. Okay, I will show you some master games. Then only you will understand. Then only you will know. See, is, see the problems of the position e4, e5, nf3, d6, d4, pd, nd4. Now knight f6, knight c3, b e7. Now let us say we play bishop c. See the problems I will show you. Now bishop c4, you will play castle. Now this is if you castle, I want to play knight into pawn. I want to play knight into pawn and pawn d5. So bishop f4 will play r8. Now he is preparing to long castle. Now he wants to do long castle quickly. So and now same thing does not work because bishop is aiming at c7. So he is playing a trick, but in this case he will play castle. Idea b5. Idea b5. Forced, and black has got some reasonable play. Whereas now same thing I make a twist. I make a twist here. d2 and f4. Now e4, e5, knight f3, d6, d4, ed, and d4, and f6, and c3, be7. I play be2, you castle. Then I will play castle. Now re8, I will play f4. Now with the idea, I am ready to support my pawn. If you are not playing f4, exactly, then you cannot play bf3 blocking it. For example, let us say you play a move like some bishop to f4. Now you will play bishop f8. Bishop f8. Now this is bad, blocking your pawn. So I would rather play here SL and f4. This is correct. Now if you play nd7 bf3, white is already solid. Now I don't have problem. In this case, I will play rook e1. Now bishop comes and white center is very is good and all pieces are coordinating. It is important. There's little finesse you need to know. Okay. So here, let me go to the line, main line. This is a passive line of part black, a more active line. This variation nd4 and knight f6 b7. This is a passive move. I would say this is a passive approach. Passive approach. More correct is g6. More correct move is to play g6. e4 e5 knight f3 d6. Now d4 this is good. After nd4 g6. So this is a good line to play in rapid chess. Very difficult for white player to count on a quick advantage. Now I will show you. You go for that, f3 and going for that dragon type of attack. It does not work. Sicilian dragon type of attack does not work. Good move. Now you come here. Now bishop g7. Now this is not the best move. Knight c6. Knight f6. Play. I defend now. I am coming the at ng4. So you have to play some move f3. F3. Necessary. Necessary this move. You cannot delay that now. Now I am ready to play. Knight into knight is bad. If you play knight into knight, I will open the b file. Black is happy here. Center is good, b file is open. So it is not a good idea. That means you need to play here g4, suppose. Counterplay. Now you are straightforward. I am threatening c5. Take this f3 pawn. So must play. Defend f3 is only move. The plan is to play a quick b5, b4. Now if you go passively, this is losing. Attack will come. Now here, I don't mind. You will threaten to and take this. This attack will not be there. You will miss the bishop and it is too slow. Middle game is there. The end game is not coming. So I don't care, he says. b5. Now you have to surrender bishop. So already black has counterplay. It is not easy to open this file. It is not easy to attack the black king now. Very difficult. f4, I will f5, I will ignore. I will allow all these things. I will ignore. I will ignore. Now you have to crack. The only plan for white to bring one of the knight. Knight here, knight here. This is the only plan. But you have to come there, take. You come there, take. 4, 5 moves. You have to knight 3 moves. Then you come and capture, come. It is 5 moves too much in chess. It will not work. Minus plus, plus minus. Now it is black is clear better. You better watch b2. यहाँ कुछ नहीं होगा. I will ignore all that. जो मारना है मारो. b2 में मार रहा हूं. And now surrender one of the knight. Forced है. King नीचे गया तो मेट हो जाएगा. King आया तो मेट हो जाएगा. Some queen check will come. a3. सब खा गया. Get my piece back and better. So it is not working. Another one I show you. Knight c6, knight f6. This is a good position, a very instructive one. Decide, decide about the bishop. Now, this is very good because now I want to free my knight. I want the knight to unpin, so I am free to come here. Counterplay. So, if your rook is on f1, I will not play knight h4. If the rook on f1, then knight h5 is a bad move. F4 will come. But now I will play knight. No pawn f4. This is risky business. This is bad. Now this is very risky. Gambling. You can say that white has gambled. I don't see any attack coming. It is ridiculous to give the pawn. Okay, I will show you one more game. Rosas. Idea in c4. Push f4. I am waiting for f4. I am waiting. f4 is bad. f4, knight d7, knight c5 will come. Counterplay. Central point you have to watch. This is bad. There is no attack. Just desire to attack will not help. Black has a very solid structure, no attack. Defending in advance. Cannot take. S3 pawn is under attack. Minus plus. So this is also not good. Now next game is wonderful. This game is absolutely lovely plan. Please note this game. I am going to ask you questions because already I have showed you a lot of plan in this game. Now nc6, knight f6, d5. Idea c5 and d4. With the immediate threat, I want to play this and this. And this is my exact position. I was playing in the Global Trust last round with I am Kongwell. Completely winning position. In time trouble, there was a mate in one or two. I missed it and I lost the game. And with that, the title also I lost. I was winning the tournament. Last round in two moves, I was winning somewhere. So the same position had come. Now in the game, Kongwell played pawn takes pawn. This is bad. Knight into, then queen into. He had played some c4, which was turned out to quite bad for white. Okay, so this is bad. So in the actual game, here he played castle. Now I want you to find a plan. Black is clearly better. Only if you find the plan. Beautiful position. Something to learn. Middle game. Whether it is opening is almost over. Middle game. Very beautiful game he played. Rook. Why rook here? Now the rook against the queen. Against the queen. So black queen is very uncomfortable. Black queen is very badly placed. Black jai to jai kahan? So the idea of the move is you drive the queen so that the queen will get a check and find a place this square. This is the whole idea. I will get the queen to this point, and after which cannot be driven easily. This is the whole idea. Check. Now everything is okay for black. All this will not work. I am not going to do pawn push weakening the d6 square. So, development. I don't want to exchange. I do not like to exchange. Black is more ambitious to win the game. So, good move. Now, idea is to play a6 b5. Idea a6. So, no problem. This is simply complete my development. Now he has to play because the queen is unsupported. The queen has to move, but where is he going to go? You play there, knight h5 can come. So he is now ready to move the knight. Not a good idea. You take counterplay. White will take and f7 press F. Not why I should take. The position black is very good. Now white should clear the back rank. I will tell you, many players, they do not think that sudden counter attack will come. The back rank, you should play now a3. This is a reasonable move, but bad move. c3 is a bad move. Opening line for white square bishop. Now c4 is a threat. Now bad move. This is a bad move. You have to see now the knight is pinned. Now power of two rooks. So you better be careful. You better watch always. Always be watchful. Bad move. And now queen into rook. Finish. Okay. Other moves are also not good. If you move the rook also, this is not good position. Not a good position. So you played this overlooking the back rank. Over. But this is not the game. I like the maneuver. Wonderful idea. Wonderful idea by Alex Idri. What is that? That queen g5. Here, this is simple. Here, found a counter attack. Queen check and queen. Wonderful position for black. Have you played Anand? Yes, Maurya. I played Anand 5 times. I played Anand 5 times. One I drew. I was a pawn up, but I thought I will lose on time. So I had nothing better than repeat to survive. Because Anand played about 60 moves in about 15 minutes. So second time control I was about to lose the game. So I thought better a draw than losing. So I drew in the national, and another time probably I was winning, but I lost to him and he made his GM title. So it was good both way. So it is a win-win situation. I lost a completely better position, but Anand made his GM title, third GM now in Coimbatore. Then one tournament I was better in 1988 national, but unfortunately I bungled that, and gradually I went down. So another Delhi I lost. I think I played Anand 5 times. 5 times. One, two, three, four. 5 times I think I played. 4 or 5 times. Okay. All right. Now this is a wonderful idea. See, this line is not that bad. ये line है. For example, my attention got it when I saw Grandmaster Chernin beat that time Praveen Pillai was not even an IM. He was to make IM now. In this tournament, he made IM now, Bangalore. So here, Chernin is black. This is all nothing. You don't have to do all this because the pool is not great. So comes here, pressure. Now black has bishop pair. Black has bishop pair and a pressure on the center. Black finds a wonderful plan here. Bishop e6. This is a bad the position. I think white objectively slightly better. Objectively, white position is little better here. He should have played maybe queen to e1 or whatever it is, queen to e1, or maybe knight to d4, knight d4. But this is a bad move. The point is the queen is overloaded to this and this, overloaded. So instead of making intermediary, you have to take, white has to take pawn into, no choice. After pawn into, black better. Now the point is Tara's formula. The pawn structure is bad and the knight is not able to come. I want to seal the knight. I want to play b6. My pawn should come here. b6 c5. This is the plan. Then knight cannot come out. But to do that, I want pawn c5. You have to play first queen. Prepare for that. Then queen. And now b6. Next move, I will play d5, c5. Now d5. Next, my threat is to play c5. Because of the threat, white cannot free. Because of the pressure, you cannot play nd4. Take, c5. Now the knight is poorly placed. This is Tara's formula. A badly placed knight. The pawn structure is bad. These are all double pawns, weak, all are weak pawns, and a badly placed piece. That means the endgame is very bad. And that is what white did. Black did. Then exchange the rooks. Just exchange the rooks. Rook exchange, and now winning quickly. Yeah. Yes, I played Anand. I told you. Uh, I played Anand. In data, there are only 3 or 4 games in data. So this line is fully playable. Want to see my game with Anand? 1, 2 is there, 3 is there, 4. I guess 4 games are there, 3, 4 games. But the main game which I played in Premier National 1987, it is not there. I don't have the score sheet as well. All right. So this is a fully playable line, and the correct move I'll show you how to play against this line. E4, E5, knight F3, D6, D4, pawn takes pawn, then knight takes pawn, then G6. Knight F6 I told you, you play B2 and then F4, good game, idea BF3. And if you play G6, I will tell you how to handle this position. I must tell you that if you play, many of the players will go for that NC3 BF4 line, Bishop C4, NC3 BG7. They will go. These are bad moves. Not it is the reason is you lose a valuable time. You lose valuable time after knight f6. Now I castle. Now the threat is coming. आपको ये फिर पीछे जाना पड़ता है. In opening you cannot. This is not Sicilian dragon. Open position एक move west is not correct. Not correct. That is why the correct move here is to play b2. Here, this is the correct move. White is good. Anyway, I will show you. This is better. I would say this is more correct. I would give X. This dubious. I would say not correct. Not correct. Because of tempo. The reason is you have to again waste a move. Okay, let us see some master games. Now, let's see some master games in this line. This is some simultaneous. So Karpov just plays and Black is playing very weak chess. No, it's simultaneous. I will show rather grandmaster play. It is a bad thing to waste time going after the bishop. This is a waste of time. This is not correct. Black should have played here knight e5. Knight e5. This is the correct. So it is wrong. It is anyway. Black is a very strong player. He became grandmaster very quickly after few 1 or 2 years maybe, and very strong grandmaster from Ukrainian grandmaster. One pawn down. So this is just a bad thing. So Sethu Raman playing Indian GM Sethu Raman is white. Yeah, this is okay. Now, okay, playable. This is playable, but it is weak move. Knight into d4, unnecessary exchange. Knight e5, having more prospect, pressure. So, bad. White has a free hand because the knight exchange, black is unable to create any kind of threat. This is bad. Like pawn chala gaya. Blunder. Let me show. Okay. Here, Vorotniko comes up with after one more year. Yeah, this is acceptable. Black is having counter attack on the g5 pawn, queen a5. Counter attack is there. So counter attack. Yeah, this is okay. Means basically white king in center. So one extra pawn and white king in center. So good position. One extra pawn. Maybe I will show an IM. Black is an IM and white is Kutranius, a GM. This is a good plan. A6 is a good plan. What is the idea of A6? I will tell you. I must tell you why they are playing this because when I play C5, that B5 cannot knight cannot go to B5 any moment. The speed is coming for counter attack. Not immediately. I will play B5, C5. Black is preparing now C5, B5 very quick counter attack. King side has become weak. So black has managed but a backward pawn. A backward pawn is their permanent weakness. And white has the advantage. F6 attack, D6 attack, one extra pawn with no counter attack. So he has stopped all kind of activity by black, and now the weaknesses will turn. Very well played. Okay, so you game against Anand. Okay, I will show you. All right, you can show. You can see of my game against Anand. Okay. See, I was white and Grandmaster Anand was black. So I thought I will play reverse touch and get a good grip and a good game. Center is good and not so. So here I offered, and now I gave a pawn. My plan is good. I want to completely, destabilize the pawn structure of black. Now I played pawn into, and here I played this. Now you cannot defend it with c4. Now my plan is good. I'm giving a threat. I'm giving a threat. I want to destroy this also. So only move. Knight into. The position is good for black. Sorry, white. I'm sorry. Now, even though pawn down, white castle king position is superior, pawn structure is superior. I played queen e2. These passive moves are not good. After that, we will consolidate. So, good move, not allowing castle. Now, I want you to find out what should white do now. My judgment was correct. I played correctly, but I made mistakes hereafter. What should white do? What should white do now? White is a good position. Even though two pawn down, I prefer to be white here. Yes, ND2, Ramakrishna correct move. I played this move first and then knight bad move. Now you have to come ND2. Now queen attack, and if you will play, and then I will play queen coming to F3. So this is good. And if you play other moves, then if you play some other move, then knight will come. Knight will come. Now pawn 3 3 attack and check is coming. Now if you castle, then knight into pawn, excellent position. The king side is weak also. Queen e5, bishop check. Now plan is to play queen e5, giving some threats, or direct bishop check. So this is important that I should play here. No, I think this is practically forced. This is practically forced. Now after this is a good move. Now queen here, then I will move the queen. That means you have to leave. But where you will go now? Now if you go here, I will recover my pawn. Knight comes, castle, knight into pawn. It should be okay for one pawn. White has a good position. There is not easy to use the G file now. Not easy. But I played a bad move here. Bad move. And now there is nothing. The knight is doing absolutely rotten. कुछ नहीं मिला सीधा black is one two pawn up and winning. कुछ नहीं होगा. Consolidated, I lost. Okay. In the next game here, this was a good position for me. I guess I will tell you this position. I was white, sorry, black. I was black, and black has a good position. Here I made this bad move. Whereas if I played queen c8, and it is better for black. I feel black position is preferable because if you take, then I will block. Where is the attack? Now my queen is blocking. You have to push the pawn. Then who will attack the queen? Then my next move, I am going to castle. My rook will come here into the pressure. So this is bad. Knight into. Now, if you, what are you doing now? Anyway, I want to castle. So I think white has better game in this position. At this position, this is not a correct move. Not correct. Anand should have played h4. He was very young, very young boy. He was how old Anand was? Anand in 88. It was 18 year old. He was 18-year old. 17, 18. Cflo h4. White is better. Definitely white better. But this move gave me chance. Suddenly bishop blocking. Now you come there. I should have played queen c8. But instead, in those days, in my mind, double bishop should not be given. Phobia, a careless, absolutely bad move. After that, h4 came and attacked. I lost the game. In another encounter, I played very aggressively. Normally, I don't play open with very strong player, but that day I played open. So here, I played this. I gave a pawn, and now I sacrificed a pawn for initiative. I think it is justified. I think because now the knight is not on the king side, it is not participating. So I thought I will go for a quick initiative. Now rook will come. Now the rook is ready to come to the third rank somewhere here, anywhere. Threat. Threat is knight into bishop and pick up the piece. I want to cut down the knight's counterplay. The knight was coming here in the queen's line. So my bishop will come here and everything is okay. Pressure. Go back. Now pressure on d5, d6. I think white strength. Now this is a good move because many variations I was thinking the back rank problem is there. When he is breaking open up something or I capture. So I don't want to do a move like that. I don't want to play s3. It will give my square, all these things. So I just played good move here. Now pressure. So a weakness has been cast. White stands better. A good move. Forced, forced, forced. Good move. Very active diagram for white. 1987 was the peak of my career. Rather, 1990 was my peak of my career. 1987 was a good year for me. I came second in the national behind Anand. Anand was champion. I was number two. And that year I won some good, strong open tournaments also. So it was a good, I mean, year of result for me. There, I should take bishop takes pawn. This is the correct move. Because on this check king, no, king will come and the bishop will be blocked. I will block this. There is a third attack coming. So I should simply take the pawn and it is very difficult for black. Very difficult position. Okay. And these are all bad moves. So here I badly played. I played this rubbish move. And now lost the game. After this, it is lost. Now suddenly this move comes and black is in the big initiative. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Ramakrishna. Okay. So anyway, one more game I am missing that game. I think I played two games with Anand, five games, one draw only. Okay, thank you very much, friends. I will be seeing you day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is my off day, so no class tomorrow. Meet you on Thursday morning at 9:30. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care and bye. Maybe I will do some more different interesting questions and analysis I will do on Thursday. Tal game I will continue because I have selected some 75 more games are there to show. But in the meantime, only one player, one thing. So I will show. If somebody gets the game, Aronian, hello Birabhadra, you please, if you possible, please send me the game. Aronian versus Rajdavo, fourth game. What a beautiful game! I want to analyze that game. It is amazing, amazing game. If you can download and send to me, I would appreciate that. Aronian and Rajdavo.